Um, so this is the people that killers is the people that are trying to kill me, and I guess I have a knack for pissing everybody off. I will admit that. Um, Look at item number two. I mean, I let this guy this. There's a movie called Saving Private Ryan. A friend in the Navy. His name is Michael Ryan. And in Saving Private Ryan one night, I caused a lot of problems with his buddy, which we left in Milwaukee. We drove from Great Lakes, from the Chicago area to Milwaukee, and left him there. So we had to get a taxi back. Pretty rude. The guy, Ryan, talked me into doing this. I really had nothing against the guy, but now he has something against me, and I guess he had mob ties or something like that, or it's just, I'm not sure how the network works, but evidently that was a seed that started bad news. Anyways, the movie Saving Private Ryan was based on this guy, based on what happened with me and this Saving Private Ryan that day. You would think that he would take it out on Private Ryan, but he didn't. He took it out on me. He thought I was to blame, and some portion of it was, yeah, it was true. I shouldn't have been talking into it, but that started it off. The hatred, and then there's this other things that were going on in my life that um, the big one, a big one. You'll read the website, but the big one was this this EM guy on my ship, in the Navy. He's being a jerk to me and stuff, and so I'm in the barracks, and he's talking with his buddy. I guess they tag team some chick, 2-on-1, some chick out in France, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to send this EM guy. His name's Shoop. Send him. Send his wife an anonymous letter. They have care packages that come into. So I was able to get the address from there, and I sent an anonymous letter saying what happened, and that caused some hatred. And I don't know. There was a sting, kind of trying to figure out who was looking at addresses and trying to figure out what happened. And if it wasn't that strong, the sting, but they were trying to figure out who sent it. And this guy named Maurice Killian, I think, may have gotten blamed for it. I thought he got killed for it. It turns out, well, a little bit of confusion, but I guess he's alive. I was told that he was dead, and then I found out. I talked to the guy, and I guess he's alive. I was actually told by a person that he was dead, and then I talked to him in person, over the phone, and he was alive. So that was weird. But that almost was true. Anyways, I was. Anyways, another time, I'm in this glee club singing choir for guys at the University of Minnesota, and this one student was getting all these solos, and this whole thing is supposed to be a fun deal. It's just, I'm actually a minor at the school. This guy's that's getting the work, that's getting the solos, isn't even getting a degree or anything with this. Anyways, I got fed up and I just said, is this guy sucking your dick? And are you gay? And that didn't go well. That didn't go well. And I apologized to the manager at the school and explained what happened. And I realized that there's just a lot of political stuff. I'm really not big into politics dealing with. I like the right and wrong. We're in engineering where you got right and wrong, and you just if you do your right thing, it's always the proper answer. Where in singing, politics, singing you may not be, you may not make it on, to the top because you didn't kiss somebody's ass or whatever. I just don't like that world. I don't like it. But the world is full of that. I understand. Anyways, that was a big one. That would have mob ties. I remember one day when this guy Forbes, I think that's his name. Yeah, he I remember the day when I saw on his face when he found out who I was through the grapevine. It's just it's like these type sixes I call them, these gossipers. They find out who I am and then they look at me like, so you're the guy we've been hearing about. I remember that day and how he looked at me like, oh my God, that's you. That's you that we've been hearing about. And so, that wouldn't help. That would just, the pissed off meter would go sky high after that incident. I kind of hurt his career a little bit. I don't know. He's just a jerk. He's kind of I think he's bisexual or something. He was married or something, but whatever that. He's a strange cat. I gotta say, man. There was some kind of fraternity, music fraternity, and I was going to try out for that, and it was really political there too. It was like I was going to have to. I mean, I was wondering if I was going to have to do some sexual favors or something to get in that music, and I got out of that fraternity because these guys were just weird, man. Everybody's weird in these things, man. You get political bullcrap, man. Anyways, what else? By the way, some of this stuff that you're reading here is, like I said, that somebody's got AIDS and they were trying to set me up with somebody with AIDS. Some of the stuff you're reading here is based on my mind. That it turns out it seems like I'm fairly accurate when I get somebody in the courtroom. So bear in mind that some of this stuff is in my mind, this revelation, this thought pattern. But bear also in mind that I'm usually fairly accurate when I enter the courtroom with these allegations. At least nobody's able to tell me that I was safe. So keep in mind that some of this is a story that was told in my head, psychically. The one I've got is Time to Die, Chris Roller. It's I had this landlord, Kevin Mortensen, and fairly quickly I was a really pain in the butt with him. He was my landlord, and I was a pain in the butt with him. I think he poisoned our family. Got to the water and poisoned us. And I was virtually punching him the night of my morph, and I was virtually punching everybody that night. All this lineup of people throughout my past, and they all set up a hit, and the final say was Kevin Mortensen. I don't think he did the hit, but he hired somebody to do it, to shoot me or something through my kitchen window, and I guess the FBI intervened or something like that, but I didn't see a bullet hole or anything. But yeah, I was kind of a pain. I admit I was pretty much a big pain with this guy. But yeah, in that, my brother-in-law Wade Cartwright was murdered, and right before this, he was murdered in his home in a home burglary. They never caught the guy or understood what happened in the murder. It was unsolved, and I blame that on Kevin Mortensen and the mob. I somehow feel that I was pissing everybody off, and they figured they'd get at me via that angle. I don't know for sure on that, but again, my allegations usually come unchallenged when I enter the courtroom, so. But then again, I never win them. I never win my cases. I never get any discovery commenced. The judges keep throwing out my cases before I get any discovery. Anyways, aside from Kevin Mortensen, I really wasn't that big of a pain in the butt. I just kept it real pretty much, and I spoke my mind, which ended up pissing everybody off. But yeah, it led to everybody it led to like Saving Private Ryan just led to a mountain of problems. And I have, the death of my brother-in-law, maybe as a result of that Saving Private Ryan. So